ever searched binaural beats for sleep or binaural beats for energy or focus, you've probably come across millions of different videos, some with over 50 million views. But here's what some of those videos won't even tell you. Binaural beats are real. The neuroscience behind them is completely fascinating. And most people are using them completely wrong, which is why they stop working after a few sessions. Today, in this video, we're going to break down what binaural beats actually are and what the research actually says, including some findings that might surprise you. Let's start with what binaural beats actually are, because most explanations get this wrong. Binaural beats were first documented in 1839 by a Prussian physicist named Heinrich Wilhelm Dove. But it took neuroscience another 150 years to understand why they worked. Here's a simple version. When you play a tone, let's say 200 Hz in your left ear, and a slightly different tone at 210 Hz in your right ear, your brain perceives a third frequency, in this case 10 Hz, the difference between the two tones. And that 10 Hz that your brain creates, that's the binaural beat. Your brain has a tendency to synchronize its own electrical activity to that frequency. Neuroscience calls this frequency following response, or brainwave entrainment. And different brainwave frequencies correspond to different mental states. Delta waves between 0.5 and 4 Hz are dominant in deep sleep. Theta waves, 4 to 8 Hz, show up during deep meditation or right on the edge of sleep. Alpha waves, 8 to 12 Hz, are that calm, creative, relaxed but alert state of the mind. And beta waves are above 12 Hz. These are associated with active thinking, maybe even stress, and problem solving. So in theory, if you want to fall asleep faster, you listen to a binaural beat that's tuned to the delta frequency. And if you want to meditate more deeply, you listen to a binaural beat tuned to the theta brainwave frequency. And if you want to be calm and focused, you listen to a binaural beat tuned to the alpha brainwave frequency. Sounds perfect, right? And this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because research tells a more nuanced story than most binaural beats content creators want to admit. Now, let's look at what the science actually says. Not cherry-picked claims, but what the peer-reviewed literature says. Systematic review published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience analyzed 22 studies on binaural beats and found consistent evidence that they influence mood, reduce anxiety, and modulate brainwave activity as measured by EEG. Those findings are real. A 2020 study in the Journal of Sleep Research found that participants who listened to delta frequency binaural beats before sleep showed faster sleep onset and reported improved sleep quality compared to controls. Research on alpha frequency binaural beats has shown reduction in anxiety scores in pre-surgical patients, which is one of the most robust findings in the literature because it was done in a high-stress controlled condition. So far, this is all good news. But here's the thing that most YouTube channels or Spotify creators won't tell you. And it's critical. Your brain is extraordinarily good at adapting. It's one of the most powerful features of neuroplasticity. But in this context, it's actually a limitation. When you listen to the same binaural beat frequency repeatedly, the same 40-minute delta track every night, your brain eventually stops responding as strongly. Scientists call this habituation. Your nervous system adapts to the stimulus and the effect diminishes over time. So this is why many people try binaural beats, feel a strong effect in week 1, and then find by week 3 or 4, it's just background noise. It's not placebo, it's neuroscience. Your brain adapted. And this leads us to the most important question. Is there a way to get benefits of binaural beats without your brain adapting to it? Yes, and it requires understanding what binaural beats are missing. Binaural beats work through one sensory channel, hearing. Your brain receives a frequency signal through your ears, and in the best case, your brainwaves start to synchronize. But your brain is also processing everything else coming in. Visual input, physical sensations, mental chatter, etc. Research in multimodal sensory entrainment shows that combining auditory stimulation with synchronized light frequency stimulation significantly amplifies the brainwave entrainment effect. And this is the core principle behind BrainTap. Our sessions combine binaural beats with isochronic tones, along with light frequencies delivered through the headset, and even guided visualization scripts designed specifically to target brainwave state. You're essentially giving the brain two synchronized signals instead of just one, and the brain responds more consistently. The light component is important. When your eyes are closed and receiving synchronized light pulses through the headset's LEDs, even through closed eyelids, your visual cortex is engaged. Your brain is now receiving the same frequency signal through to completely separate sensory pathways simultaneously. This makes habituation far less likely and the entrainment effect far more consistent. Think of it this way: a single drum beat tells you the tempo. Two instruments playing the same tempo, even slightly different ones, lock you in much more reliably. Your nervous system doesn't have to work as hard to synchronize, which means you get there faster and stay there longer. And here's what it looks like in practice. In 2025, BrainTap users completed 2.2 million sessions with a completion rate of almost 90%. The average session is 20 minutes. The average user ran about 87 sessions. And what are people reporting? The most common outcomes are faster sleep onset. Many users report falling asleep in about 10 minutes. Reduced anxiety scores within the first 21 to 30 days. And improved focus and mental clarity, particularly in users dealing with brain fog or chronic stress. And the best part about BrainTap is we have over 3,000 different sessions you're able to choose from to help stop habituation. So even if you're listening to BrainTap with your regular headphones, there's over 3,000 sessions to choose from. That way your brain doesn't adapt and it can continue listening and getting the benefits of binaural beats. If you've tried binaural beats and you feel like they just stopped working, or if you've been curious if any of this is actually real, now you have the answer. The neuroscience is solid, but the approach matters enormously. And you don't need to take my word for it. You can experience it for yourself. Right now, we have a 14-day free trial to our BrainTap Brain Fitness app, which gives you access to our full library of sessions, over 3,000. You can start your trial and immediately start seeing results. You can do a sleep session tonight and see how it impacts your sleep. You can do a focus session and see how it impacts your energy and focus levels. The link will be in the description of this video. And one more thing, if you found this video helpful, the single best thing you can do is comment below. Tell me, have you ever tried binaural beats before? Did they work for you? Did they stop working? I read every comment, and your experience helps us make better content. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.